In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix your lower back pain with a very easy to follow step-by-step guide. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, we're going to go over a very easy to follow 3-part guide that can give quick and more importantly, long-lasting pain relief for lower back pain. All 3 of these parts are meant to work together and also in order. So start with the first one and work your way towards the third one. As a bonus, all of the exercises can be done at home, require no special equipment, and you may find give quick lower back pain relief even within 30 seconds. So let's get started and fix your lower back pain right now. So the first thing that we need to do is warm up the muscles. When it comes to treating lower back pain, I would say that this one is the most overlooked step, but it's really important, so don't skip it. It's important because it's going to warm up the muscles by increasing circulation. It's going to help improve flexibility, so it makes it less likely that we irritate or injure the muscles later on through exercise. One of my favorite warm-up methods is the tennis ball method. If you don't have a tennis ball, no big deal. Just roll up several socks into a ball instead. If you have a lot of severe pain, I would do this one on a softer surface like a bed, but if you want a more intense self-massage and warm-up, start off on the floor. So we're going to start lying flat on our back just like this, knees bent, feet flat. Take your tennis ball, and what you're going to do is place it over the most painful spot in the lower back. We're only going to go over muscle with this one, not directly over the spine. So let's say I have a lot going on my left side. Take your ball, go right off to the side of the spine, and then what you're going to do is press down with your body weight into the ball until you feel a really good self-massage, but not causing any more discomfort. From here, what you're going to do is take your body and just rock your hips side to side, just nice and slowly. Let that ball just glide over that tightness and that painful spot. I'd like to do this one for about 30 seconds or until that tightness and pain really starts to go down. From there, I just switch over different spots with the tennis ball as needed, including going on both sides of the spine. From here, what I'd like to do is now target a little bit more muscles to help later on. We always want to engage as many muscles as possible. So one of the better ways to do this is with a pelvic tilt. This one's going to really focus on the core, pelvic, hip, and glutes. It's very easy to do. So let's start by taking our tennis ball and placing it over that painful, achy spot. You're now going to take your belly button and just kind of suck it inward towards the spine, really tightening your abs and your core. And then you want to squeeze your glutes right here to engage those. You're going to then take your hands, put them on your hips, and a simple rocking motion, you're going to rock your hips upward, kind of like tucking your tailbone up like this. Hold this position for a couple seconds. You should feel a lot start to fire. Again, the core and also the glutes. You're then going to relax, and then you're just going to repeat this one 10 times. And then from there, just switch the ball over different spots and repeat. Let's take this one to the next level and really focus on engaging those lower back muscles and getting a really good deep massage. I'm going to do what is known as a knee to the chest. So again, start by taking your tennis ball, placing it over the spot that needs attention. You're going to take the knee on the side of the ball. So in this case, I have it centered over my left side, and then I'm just going to grab that side's knee and pull it upward towards my chest. The more that you take your knee towards the chest, you're really going to feel those muscles start to stretch and activate in the lower back. You want to go towards a deep, comfortable stretch and then really drive your lower body weight into that tennis ball. And this one usually feels really good. You can hold this one for an extended period of time, 30 seconds or longer, until you feel that muscle knot or that pain start to go down. But I always like to take it to the next level. So when I do this, what I'm going to do is press down and now do a slight rocking motion from right to left. Just allow your body to glide over that ball. And again, just go over different spots, go through all of these motions, and if you feel like one is just helping you to warm up and increase flexibility a little bit more, spend some more time in that position and throw some more repetitions in. So after we're done warming up the muscles, we're going to move on to the meat and potatoes, which is strengthening. If you take one thing out of this video, it's if you want long-lasting lower back pain relief, you have to strengthen the muscles. This is the most important part. So I'm going to show you an exercise that you can do in bed or on a floor that's going to target not only the back, but also the core muscles on the front. To get the best relief, we need to focus on the front and the back. So what I'm going to do is start lying flat on my back, and I'm going to do what is known as a bridge to begin with. A very back-friendly exercise that works a ton of muscles. So you're going to bend your knees, keep your feet flat. What you want to do first is engage the core muscles. That is taking your belly button towards your spine, kind of like that pelvic tilt that we did earlier. Again, you're going to squeeze your glutes. Take your hands, put them on your hips, and now what you're going to do is slowly raise your hips upward towards the ceiling as far as you can. The goal is to have your body in a straight line from your knees to your hips to your shoulders. If you're unable to get into that position, let's say you can only go up just a little bit before you just have a lot of weakness or pain, do the best you can. Definitely don't build into pain. Stop before that point. But you want to hold this one for about 5 seconds, and then you're going to relax it, and then repeat this one up to 10 times. If you want to make this one more challenging, you can do it on one leg just like this. But definitely make sure that one side doesn't sag down. You want to keep the hips balanced, and always make sure to do them on both sides to keep everything in balance. I like to do different motions with the bridge also. This way it will help target a little bit more muscles. So I'm going to do what is known as a clamshell bridge. This is putting your feet together, and then you're going to take your knees outward as much as you can. You should start to feel a very good stretch forming on the inner part of the leg, into the glutes, and also into the hips. You're then going to do your bridge movement. You're going to tighten the abs, squeeze the glutes, and now lift your hips upward towards the ceiling. In this position, you're going to notice a lot more being put on the hips and the glutes. It usually feels really, really good. 5-second hold. Again, you can repeat this one 10 times. The last one I'd like to do is focus a little bit more on the hamstrings, the back of the leg. This is very important for keeping our lower back nice, strong, and healthy. So this is called a hamstring walkout. Let's get back into our original bridge position just like this, but this time around I'm going to press my heels into the floor or the bed. Toes are going to be upward, and then I'm just going to walk out with my heels very slowly. And when you do this, you're really going to feel the back of the legs start to fire. It usually feels really good. So walk out as far as you can, relax, come back up like this, and just repeat this one for about 5 repetitions. And with all of these movements, if you feel like you do have a little bit more energy, you can always throw in another set or 2 to make it more challenging. So next, what we're going to do is focus a little bit more on the front side, including the hip flexors and the core. I like to do what is called the dead bug. In this position, we're going to start lying flat on our back, again in bed or on a floor. Bend your knees up like this, roughly at 90 degrees. What we want to start off with first is targeting the front of the leg, the hip flexors right here, which are essential for keeping our hips and our back strong and healthy. Take 2 hands, place them right over your knee, and what you're going to try to do is drive your knee towards your shoulder, but you're going to resist against it with your hand. When you do this, you're really going to feel the top part of the leg right here into the groin start to fire. You want to hold this for 5 seconds. You're going to relax, switch to the other side, and repeat. Do this one nice and slowly for about 10 repetitions on both sides. Next, we're going to target the core muscles, which help stabilize the spine in the front. What I'm going to do now is the dead bug. So with this one, very easy to do. You're just going to slowly lower one leg down just like this, straighten your knee, but don't let your calf or your foot touch the bed or the floor. Just let it hover slightly above. In this position, you're really going to feel those core muscles start to fire. So again, I like to hold this one for 5 seconds. I just relax, and then I do it on the other side, just nice and slowly. Try to do this one for 10 repetitions on both sides. Again, if you feel like you have a little bit more energy, you can throw in another set or 2. So the last thing that we need to do is stretching. Stretching is perfect to do after exercising because it will help keep the muscles loose, preventing tightness and soreness later on. Here's one that you can do standing pretty much anywhere, including at work. It's a great way to knock out tightness and pain in the lower back any time that you need it. So use it throughout the day as needed. For this one, we need a door frame, and if you don't have a door frame that works, you can also use something like a sturdy pole, a squat rack. I've even done this one out hiking using a tree, so there's a ton of options that you can use. And I'm going to show you 3 different movements that are going to target the back a little bit differently. The first one's going to focus on the back, the next one's going to focus on the front, the last one is going to focus on the side. So when you put all those together, you get the best of everything. Let's go next to our door frame. Put your toes flush up against it like this, and what you're going to do is cross your arms over like this, gripping into the door frame for a sturdy anchor point. The reason why I cross my arms over is because it's going to help open up the upper back in between the shoulder blades just a little bit more. As for the placement of your hands, you can go high above your head level, or even a little bit below. Experiment with it because each placement is going to hit the back just a little bit differently. So whatever you feel is helping you out the most, go with it. So once you have a very sturdy grip into the door frame, what you want to do is tuck your chin towards your chest, and then you're going to keep your back straight and then lower your bottom away and down. So away and down from the door. The more that you go down, just like gravity take your body weight also, the more that you're going to feel a deep stretch forming in the back. I pretty much feel it from my upper back to my hips and even into my legs, and it usually feels really, really good. I like to hold this one for about 20 to 30 seconds. Just do nice, slow, controlled breathing also. Let as much tension out as possible. From there, just relax and then repeat this one 3 to 5 times. And with each repetition, build into it just a little bit more. If your doorway is not wide enough, you can simply fix this by angling your bottom away from the door, kind of at an angle, and then doing it, and that should correct that problem. So from there, what I'm going to focus on is more into the core and also the hip flexors. Again, we want to focus on everything that helps support the spine. So let's do what is known as a door cobra. We're going to go back to our door frame. I'm going to put my feet and toes flush up against the door frame. Take your hands, put them right on the small of the lower back, and press your hips and pelvis into the door frame. We don't want our hips to lift off during this exercise. We want that as our stable anchor point. Instead, we're going to arch our shoulders and upper back away from the door frame while pushing our hips into it at the same time. When you do this, you're going to feel a really good deep stretch forming in the core muscles and also the front part of the leg. You want to hold this one comfortably for 20 to 30 seconds. You're just going to relax, and then you're going to repeat this one 3 to 5 times. The last movement, we're going to focus a little bit more on the sides with what is called the ballerina, and you're going to find out here in just a second why it's called that. This one is really good for one-sided lower back pain. It targets a muscle called the quadratus lumborum, which runs pretty much from the bottom of the ribs down to the top of the pelvis right through here. So what I'm going to do is whatever side that I'm having pain, let's say it's my right side, take that leg, put it over the non-painful side. You want your feet going straight in front of you just like this. Take your hand on the non-painful side, put it on the non-painful side's hip. This hip shift, what we're going to do is press our hip towards the painful side like this while now reaching overhead with the painful side and leaning away from the side of pain. So I'm pressing into my hip and then leaning with my upper body away from it like this. You'll feel a really deep stretch forming into that lower back on that painful side, and it usually feels really, really good if you have a lot of tightness. What we're going to do is hold this one for 20 to 30 seconds. You're going to relax, and then you're going to repeat this one 3 to 5 times. Even if you only have one-sided lower back pain, I do recommend doing this on both sides just to keep everything in balance. Go through all of those movements. If one helps you out just a little bit more, you can always throw more repetitions in. If the exercises helped, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.